My book is about holding an entire generation of leadership, the baby boom generation, people born between 1945 and 1965, accountable for what they haven't done to fulfill their promises to the working people, poor people, and people of color of Massachusetts. That's a key theme in the book. Everybody needs to be held accountable, certainly in politics. That's a lot of what I do. Perhaps sometimes overdue, but you all can be the judge of that. Fortunately for all of us, and increasingly these days, we in the media are held accountable for what we do. One of the great developments, although it's not always comfortable for us in the media, of the blogosphere and the internet age, is the constant fact-checking and scrutiny that we are subject to. And when we blow it, or we're inaccurate, or we're egregious, or arrogant, or lazy, as we often are, hopefully not on a daily basis, but we're human too, we get called on immediately and quite forcefully. And I think in the long run, that's a good thing. All institutions have to be held accountable. If we're not, arrogance seeps in and calcifies, laziness takes over, and what too often results is a loss of focus on what it is we're in there supposed to be doing. Now, how does that relate to the work you do here at the BMC? Well, when I see coverage like the coverage of the Human Rights Commission, coverage of the board selection, or of the school committee, as a citizen, I am empowered to do a better job of holding my elected officials accountable. I do watch, and I do talk back to TV. You ever hear me, Will, when you run the board out back to the TV? A couple of times. I have a loud, hungry voice, so I'm sure you did. And I think that's good. I think that one of the great developments of modern times in terms of our relationship with Congress was the introduction in the early 1980s of C-SPAN, gavel-to-gavel coverage of the House and Senate. Now, over the years, it's been a source of a lot of consternation. Tip O'Neill, famously, because the House Republicans in the early days of C-SPAN, led by a guy named Newt Gingrich, were using the cameras to just stand up there in front of an empty chamber and inveigh against the Democratic leadership night after night after night. So Tip O'Neill, who was Speaker of the House back then, said, all right, you want to play that game? He ordered the cameras to regularly be turned on the chamber to show that there was no one there listening, and that this was just a blowhards festival that was going on there. My sense is that over the years, C-SPAN has helped to keep Congress much more accountable for what it is and what it does and doesn't do than it had been in the past, and I think that's a good thing. I'm a big advocate of the First Amendment, of letting the sunshine in, of sunshine as the ultimate disinfectant. If it's true for our politics and our political culture, it's certainly true for the media and for other institutions. So you have your coverage of meetings, you have talk shows that help shed light on what's going on and give people in the community a voice. And increasingly, here at BMC and at other public access cable outlets across the country, and on cable TV and commercial stations at times, I'm seeing the use, the exploitation of portable, inexpensive technology to empower people to not only be heard, but to get answers. There's a big trend now in political coverage of, I don't know what exactly the term is for the moniker, people who go, video bloggers, would that be the term? People who go around, often it's a college kid, with a lightweight camera and a microphone, and they're out there and they're asking interesting questions of the candidates, and they're posting their video raw on the internet, or in some cases in more polished form. It's all to the good. They're holding the process accountable by doing that.